Hey, what's up YouTube, and welcome to this episode of Play It Painted. This episode is going to be about Zombicide. Now, Zombicide, probably one of the best candidates for the Play It Painted series, because this really is a game that's going to highlight the miniatures. This is a cooperative game set in a zombie apocalypse theme. And just the theme of the game, the fun of the game, and the amount of zombies and miniatures that you put on the board are really going to call for painted miniatures. So it's a difficult game to show, though, so I'm actually just going to let some of the game speak for itself here for just a minute.
AA room, walker. AA room. Other room, 2 walkers. Right there.
So why'd you open that one? Why'd you open that one?
Because they said to open that one.
Because
it's the bigger room.
Oh,
and we want to open the big room while we're in blue, so it's not as bad.
And this room, walker.
That is a big room. That's the biggest one.
And then the last room is nothing.
Cool. That's not too bad.
No,
They don't
that's not
spawn
bad.
in this room or that room?
We might even want to just spend
Nothing's
the
in
turn
this room.
pulling back one. Or going in... Oh, you can't. You have to kill that zombie. Well, it's Mark is first player, so he can decide. You might want to shoot in there so that people can...
Who's got the better weapon?
You have a pistol.
I have a fire
And you
axe,
have
but I don't
a
know how
pistol.
good that is.
You're the only guy that has a ranged weapon right now.
Alright. So I'll go 1, 2, fire. I need 1 dice.
You need a 4.
Yeah. Just gonna keep 3 dice on this side of the table. Then we'll keep 3 dice on that side of the table. And then somebody will find the shotgun.
No!
Damn it!
You missed. That's alright.
Oh. And then,
There's noise over there.
yeah, doesn't the noise cause
Zombies to like move or something?
Yeah, but they're all going that way anyway.
I'm the only one with the pistol. I'll remember I shot. And then Amy's got a crap weapon. We could send the fire axe in.
You could have somebody trade with you to borrow the pistol and fire in there.
Yeah, let's have you do it.
Okay.
Here, take the fire, take
Well,
the
I have
pistol.
the fire axes. Would
So
that...
that's 1 action. You keep the fire axe and the pistol.
Yeah, you don't want to run in with that zombie.
Yeah, and then you're gonna fire into there. So roll
you
a
have 2
dice.
shots, actually.
Alright, so 2 dice?
Just roll 1, see if you... Because if you have
No,
an
you don't want to
extra...
run in there, because more zombies are going to come in the room.
Good. Okay.
So you move your slider up 1.
Okay, so we're going to speed this up a little bit. I hope you guys could read those kind of hints and tips there on playing the game. This video isn't designed to be a full tutorial for how to play it. It's just really that one of the challenges of this game, as visually appealing as it is it's not the best game to regard in terms of movement. A lot of what's done each turn is discussion between each players in terms of how they can get around specific situations. So you can see we're working through that large building up at the top right corner of the screen there. Meanwhile, there are zombies coming in from spawn points at around different parts of the table. Where did it go? Here?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's not
That's
bad.
not too bad.
Oh,
But
no.
we're going to need a Molotov at some point.
Walker.
So the only thing that can kill that is the Molotov.
Does anybody have...
Okay, so the Abomination just spawned. That's a special zombie in this game. So there are a few different types of zombies that spawn in this game. There are the generic walkers, kind of the weakest, slowest of the group. Then you have fatties, which are also slow, but quite large and capable of absorbing damage, even immunity to certain weapons. Then you have the runners, which are quite fast and attack fairly fast. And then finally you have that Abomination, which is immune to all current weapons in the game besides the Molotov cocktail. So when one of those guys comes out, and you can see him there towards the bottom left of the screen, we have to take some effort to try to kite him around until we find the Molotov cocktail. So he does become a nuisance, and he can spawn at different points of the game. It's actually easier to spawn him the higher your players progress through their levels. So yes, as you play, your survivors will gain experience by killing zombies, by taking out objectives, and what happens is they start gaining additional actions and skills according to how many experience points they gain, which is the good thing. The downside to that is that the zombies start to spawn more frequently and in larger numbers based on the most senior experience level of survivor in the group. So it will behoove you to try to level all of your survivors at around the same time. So for example, when you're going from blue to yellow, you're going to want to try to get most of your survivors, or at least a handful of them, in yellow at the same time. Otherwise, it just won't be as beneficial. Okay, so just to correct myself, the zombies don't spawn more frequently as you progress in levels. They just spawn in greater numbers. So yes, you do have to control how you are, or you're going to want to control how you progress, and you don't want one player to kind of greedily try to take all the kills and the VPs, because that can really jeopardize the group as a whole. So we're working our way into that intersection there. You can see that we get sort of jumped in the middle of that intersection. But, with some good melee weapons that our group was able to get from the first building, we start chopping our way through all of this. So things are looking okay. You can see the abomination still spawned again, actually, at the top left corner of the screen there. And we need to get at that objective in order to complete our mission. So we're still fighting out in the street. We have all 6 of our survivors. Now, the survivors that we're going with, we're using, actually, all 3 of the limited edition survivors. So we're using El Cholo, Nick, and we are using Dave. And the other 3 survivors we're using are Doug, Amy, and Wanda. Very strong team. We can see we're working our way down the screen here, and things are starting to look a little intense. But we're doing pretty well. We've worked our way all the way down. You can see Amy in the same room as that next objective, so she should be taking that fairly soon. And we've just opened that bottom building. So things are looking pretty good now. We've got most of the objectives taken. I believe at this point everybody is carrying the water, the canned food, and the bag of rice that are needed for this scenario. So this is scenario 1 in the Zombicide book for those who have the book. There goes another abomination that just spawned on that side there. You can see the spawns are getting larger and larger, and we are going to make our way into that final building to try to get that last objective. So here we go. Looks like Amy, I guess Mark is using my flintlock there to move pieces around, so he had a little bit of fun with that. But we're still doing pretty well. You can see we're kind of kiting in the right side of the screen. Now we've got the abominations finally making it down, and we are in that final building. So now it's a matter of just sort of kiting through this final building and trying to get the abomination into that building so that we can escape. So overall, Zombicide's a very fun game. It's not the most intense strategic game you have. I mean, it's basically video game mechanics. So if you're into that hack and slash video game style game, this is really going to be the style of game for you. The one thing I would say is it really does make a gigantic difference to paint your set. So if you paint your set, you're pretty much going to be guaranteed to have people that want to play this game. And I break it out all the time, and even people that are used to playing the game are going to enjoy their experience much more if you paint it. So overall, very good games, very fun, kind of a carefree game, if you will. You can still lose the game, though. I mean, there still is some challenge to the game, so don't think that just because it's arcade-style mechanics that you're automatically going to win. And some of the scenarios can get quite difficult, in fact. So this game is basically won at this point. We kited the final abomination around the corner there, and we're trying to escape the last clutches of it. You can see the zombies at this point are really taking over the table. But with our characters all pretty much leveled up, we do a good job of clearing things out. So you can see survivors now moving around to escape the final clutches of the zombie horde, and we're still wiping stuff out as we go through. So bottom line, Zombicide, very fun game. Recommend it for all skill groups, and it's actually quite a good gateway game for people that don't play miniatures games. So very fun game. I'm going to show you guys the end here. We pull off a very strong victory here, and everybody had a lot of fun. So just wanted to thank you guys for watching this. Wish I could show you a little bit more Zombicide. I don't know, maybe I will in a future video, but just want you guys to see how fast the zombies are coming in, and how quickly they start to overwhelm the table as we escape. Alright, we made it! We're going to win now. Alright. Let me just fire my one shot and then we leave.
And then I'll fire two.
Alright,
one
up. Shot.
I just get one.
Oh, El Cholo finally missed, but he doesn't care. Bye.
And then I'll take a shot. 2, 3, yeah, so I need 3 squares. So I get 1.
You're gonna get 1 shot.
Reroll.
Yay, you killed 1.
And now I'm gone. Goodbye, friend.
Let's just leave.
Alright. Yay, we won flawless.
Everybody won.
Thing.
You got the movie.
Nice.
I think that's the best game of Zombicide
I think
yet.
I think that was the most perfect game we've ever played.
The way you play a perfect game is you play with Octave.
And I have El Cholo who never misses, except for on the last turn when it doesn't matter.
I have to say, Dave's probably my new favorite hero. Or survivor, I should say.
Octave likes him.